And so now I'm going to turn it over to Professor Marc Kaplan, who's going to talk about understanding the significance of the LGBTQ market. Kalan? Oh, I'm sorry, Professor Kalan.
No.
So Professor Marc Kalan.
Thank you very much. No P in the name, but thanks. It happens all the time. I'm the only one sitting right here. I'm going to take off. This is called social distancing. I'm plenty far away from everybody. Most of you are home, so I'm plenty far away. Okay, thank you very, very much. This morning, you had 3 fabulous presentations on ethnic cultural segments, their similarities, and importantly, the great differences that we see amongst them. We had Black multicultural this morning, we had Hispanic Latinx this morning, we had Asians, and of course, there's so many different Asian communities in America. So really interesting cultural differences. Our discussion now moves to multiculturalism, to gender identity, a very different topic area, the emergence of the LGBTQ market, or should we say markets, are a cultural phenomenon. Out of the shadows of society to a visible and active workforce and a valuable and high potential consumer target for so many brands, so many organizations. And for marketers who recognize this emergence, a large and growing consumer market. And so I'm very pleased. Do we have our guest ready to come aboard?
Ready.
There we go. Good morning, Brian, or good afternoon. Excuse me, Brian. It's so nice to literally see you. So thank you so very much for joining us. So I'm joined today by Brian Feit. Brian is a founding partner of BMF Media. And I thought I should talk about BMF Media, but the truth is I don't know that much about it. But Brian does. And so I'd like to start off by letting Brian tell us about BMF, who the focus that they bring to their clients. And if you could share a few of those clients with us, I think that would be a great way to get going with some of the services that you provide to them in your organization.
Cool. Can everybody hear me? You nod, Mark. Yep, you can hear me. Okay, so it's so nice to meet you guys virtually. Sorry, we're not all together. I'm one of the founding partners of BMF Media. If you want to follow us on Instagram, it's @WeAreBMF. So we formed ourselves about 18, almost 2 decades ago, and we started in music. And at the beginning of the agency, we were marketing music to brands. We were taking CDs and packaging them up thematically and getting those out the door to brands. And then the brands started to say to us, hey, can you do more than just introduce us to cool music? Can you actually start to plan the rest of the projects and the events? And we turned into an event agency. So what I want to do is I'm going to pull up our capabilities. I'm going to screen share for a second. Hopefully this will work. Is that coming through?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm going to just walk you guys really quickly through our capabilities presentation, just so it's only a few slides, but it's what I use when I pitch brands to hire BMF. So usually we just start with this. This is our main cape stack. This is a photo from a Gucci pop-up that we did in LA launching their new mascara. We're an integrated agency, so we've got a few different departments that work together, or we have clients that hire us separately. We are storytellers. We create extraordinary brand experiences. This is a photo from the Make Black History Summit that we did for TikTok. We're global, so that's a big differentiation point from a lot of different agencies. We have an office in London, LA, New York, and Miami. And in 2019, we did 350 events in 20 countries. We love to win awards, so we're constantly submitting awards for our clients and for our projects. And we're very diverse. We have streaming clients, we have financial clients, we have beauty clients, and we're high and low. Like we have Albertsons grocery stores and we have Tom Ford Beauty, and we have everything in between. And I love that about BMF, because sometimes working on the more mass brands creates an opportunity for you to make more of a difference than when you are working with the high brands, which obviously they provide cachet and stuff like that. So it's fun to bring fun to all the different types of brands. And here are some logos of different clients that we work with. But in a course of a year, it's about 100 different clients. And so our services. So we're divided into 3 sections: engagement, experience, and earn. Engagement is everything digital and influencer and social media. And we have awesome clients in this department. We do Amazon Home, everything you see on their social feed or influencer content that we've booked. We do Sunglass Hut. We Celebrity Cruise Lines is a client. They just came to us to get some influencers on board. So this girl that works for me is literally on a 5-day cruise with a bunch of influencer friends, living her best life as she deserves. So engagement for us is everything influencer, digital, social. Experience is everything event. And now, of course, past COVID, we become virtual event experts. So experience can be virtual, can be real, can be a dinner, can be a pop-up shop. We do events. And then earned is PR. The thing that runs throughout all of them is strategy. And strategy is a big pivot for us post-COVID. We don't do any proposals for free anymore. We actually lose out on some opportunities sometimes because some companies don't want to pay agencies for the time that it takes to put the proposals together. But there's enough work out there right now that we charge for everything, and we're just doing straight strategy work. So I joke we're like an idea factory. Everything starts in the idea factory and then comes to life. And then design. We have designers designing everything and making everything cool. We're an extension of our clients' teams. And one of the best lessons I learned from our Smucker's client from work that we did on Cafe Bustelo was executional excellence. So it's really important that things are like buttoned up, T's are crossed, I's dotted. So executional excellence is something that we always try to make sure we have. And then it's really important when you're pitching these clients, like, listen, like, what are their KPIs, like key performance indicators? What's going to be a win in their eyes and their boss's eyes? Because that then changes the tactics and recommendations that we make for what we propose to do with them on a marketing front. So, you know, we do events, we do influencer, we do strategy, we do PR. One of the cool projects that we just did was for Amazon Studios. They're launching the 3rd installment of Rihanna's Savage fashion show that, you know, is basically like the new Victoria's Secret fashion show, but done by Rihanna. So it's music performances, models, and it's just cool as it can be. And so Amazon taps BMF to come up with what are some really cool ways in which you can like promote this. And what's really cool about Savage, as you know, is it speaks to a multicultural demographic. Like there are different body types, all inclusive colors, and it's just very inclusive. So they came to us. BMF is, you know, known for being creative and getting these things out the door, but just FYI, we're also NGLCC certified. So the National Chamber Gay Lesbian Commerce, I'm butchering what it stands for, but NGLCC, basically we're accredited as a gay and lesbian owned agency. And so it just kind of fits in with, you know, us, you know, helping a lot of these companies have benchmarks that they have to meet in order to, you know, give a certain amount of business to diverse owned companies. So that's obviously like more important than ever before. And so we kind of help tick a box in that lane. And as well as over the course of the last like 18 years of being in business, we've been doing tons of work in the multicultural space, be it like, you know, the Black creator event that we're doing for TikTok right now, and we're doing a Latin one, or women's or gay, or just all of it. I have a whole deck that I'll get to in a second that goes over our multicultural work, but check this one out. So this one's cool. So to promote the special on Amazon, we came up with the ideas, let's bring that TV special to the streets. Let's give a nod to the red light district and create a stunt in New York City and take over Broadway. There's a really cool write-up in Adweek that I could show you guys, or you could look it up, Adweek, Savage, Amazon. But check out this video sizzle. If it doesn't come through, Mark, I guess like raise your hand if the sound. Is it working, by the way?
Chunky.
We'll try it. Okay, hold on. See, we'll try it like this really fast. So that was doing a stunt on Broadway to bring the show to life. We did the show in the windows, and there was hundreds of people outside. There was a whole influencer component to help amplify the message. And it was a big, big, big hit. It's a program that we'll be submitting awards for. And it really helped drive tune in for Savage 3. Another multicultural program that we're doing is a program to help elevate Black creators of TikTok. And we're doing one right now for Latin creators. And we did Gay Pride for TikTok with LA Pride in June. But this is a really cool virtual event program that we do with them. And there's like 5,000 people that enter to win, to be part of it. 150 get accepted. And they go through like a 12-week course. So make sure. Okay, cool. All right, check this one out.
Welcome to the TikTok for Black Creators program in partnership with Macro. We've had thousands and thousands of applications, but we only had space for 100, and you are the 100th. Congratulations to you all for making it into our program.
We developed a program that is a masterclass in building creative careers. We partnered with Macro, a multi-platform media company that represents the voices and perspectives of persons of color.
Yes, you can have views, but how do we make that into a sustainable career? That's the intention of this program.
Our mission is to lift culture and economically empower the community.
I've had to go through exercise that's being taught in this session. It can't just be me.
What do you do to maintain a strong and consistent brand for yourself?
Being myself and being comfortable with who I am.
Be authentic. Show up as you. Don't show up as a character.
We love to see people thrive.
We're excited to support your growth on TikTok.
I'm glad to connect with the TikTok Black creators. If y'all need to talk to me again, let's just stay connected.
So we did an IRL real life version of that before COVID, and then we pivoted to a virtual event, but it's all about uplifting the creators in the TikTok space. And then this is a fun deck. I'm happy to send these afterwards, but this goes over a lot of the work that BMF does in the multicultural space, gay pride activations for Smirnoff, but just all the different, strategic partnerships, experiential design, influencer, celebrity booking. These are all the services that we provide to help brands reach a multicultural, audience. And these are the tactics that we help them with. And some of the companies that we're working with on that front, for FX, I don't know if you watch Pose, but we did the launch of Pose, a Vogue ball in Harlem. We just did a virtual version of that. But, and then this is like the TikTok Make Black History Summit. Now we do a virtual version. So BMF plans everything, the venues, if it's digital, then the websites and the microsites, but everything you see, BMF organizes, designs, plans, books, the in-room drops that the creators get. So this is fun. And, booking Doja Cat, which is really fun because we still get to be part of a lot of music things before they blow up. Obviously, she's huge now. And just want to, Cafe Bustelo is a big client in the Latin demographic. We worked with a family for 5 years, and then Smuckers bought them for like $400 million. Then we work with Smuckers now, but doing pop-up shops. This is like a beloved coffee brand in the Latin world. And the last one, and then Mark, you can ask questions, whatever, but this is Smirnoff, taking them to World Pride in New York, the 50th anniversary. So we designed their float, obviously to help Smirnoff connect with and reach the gay demographic, LGBTQ plus demographic in New York. They had the best float. It was lit. It was awesome. What's really cool too is Laverne Cox was in the commercial. So going back to our music roots, we lifted the vocals from the commercial and we had a DJ remix it into a dance song, and we promoted it to the DJs that report to the Billboard charts, and we got it to number 4 or number 6, I guess, on the Billboard chart. This Smirnoff song from their commercial. So that was kind of a different way of cracking the code. This is the Pose ball I was talking about in Harlem. Pose is about, the gay community of New York and the Vogue and the dance scene. And so FX hired us to do an event to connect with the community up there. So they didn't feel like this big corporate FX Disney now client, company was kind of taking advantage of their world and movement. So this was an event to kind of bond with that world, but it was awesome. And then, well, one more, but for MasterCard at World Pride, we did this stunt in the middle of the West Village, Acceptance Street. So all these different acronyms on a street sign, and we had influencers there, and this one also won some great awards too. So cool. Should I stop blabbing?
You're doing great. Making my life easy.
Cool. Maybe
Thanks.
we can go to, hopefully you guys could see those videos. But do you want to jump to questions?
Well, let's just say, thank you for that. I guess we have a good feeling with BMF is you have fabulous clients, exciting events, and obviously well-versed in the multicultural market. Our topic today, and we're going to focus you in now on the LGBTQ community, which you mentioned there. I was interested to hear, and I'm sure our audience was, that your agency was founded by gay and lesbian partners, not themselves partners, I mean, but partners in business. Right. And therefore you have that very interesting perspective that comes from being part of a community. You've spoken about a variety of our communities that we spoke about this morning, but now how about define for us the LGBTQ community as an audience for your clients? Why is it such a exciting, growing opportunity that we in the world of marketing and brand marketing specifically should be aware of, interested in, and focused on?
I think a lot of brands realize that stuff starts with this audience as far as trends. This audience tends to be very, in the know of like entertainment and, new products. And so it's a good place to kind of start your marketing efforts and get things going. We have some clients that say, hey, we want to hire you because you can help us reach that demo, like Smirnoff hiring us to take them to World Pride and how they should show up and come to life to talk to that audience. But because a lot of the clients know that we understand diversity in marketing, they also hire us to do things for a lot of different sectors of the diversity spectrum. So, we're doing things Latin, African American, small business women, and so forth. So we're not really just known as an agency, to be honest, as like hiring you for marketing to the LGBT community. There are, over the course of my career, I've definitely noticed a handful of companies. Some aren't around, some are. One of my friends is Craig Carpel. Every movie studio hires him because he'll do a screening inviting all the gay tastemakers and press, and it's just very turnkey. He gets hired for that. He hits the gay demographic and boom. And especially in that case, like the studios, they, it's just when people know that like this demographic is very like in the know of entertainment stuff and like launching and being at the forefront. And so it's a good audience to hit up. But BMF is definitely broader at this point and more known in a bigger way for multicultural marketing, not even just LGBT.
No, we appreciate that. Our topic, though, will focus back, even though we know we had very great presentations this morning on various other segments. So I want to just focus in a little bit. Your company is obviously a leader in experiential marketing. The examples you showed us across the board. Why is this an effective method to reach the LGBTQ community? And might you add to that, why do you think that community itself is on the cutting edge of so many cultural things itself, like music and art and fashion and influential things that seem to start in that community, as you mentioned, but then expand out into a more general community?
We should switch to a psychology class of why gay people are at the forefront of like music and entertainment and all that. That's since time began, I think. I don't know what it is, but the fact is they are. So, a lot of things get introduced through that audience first, and that's just a great, it's great that we have that in our world. Where experiential marketing like plays into that is that I think that demographic also likes to go out and do things. And so the great thing about experiential marketing is it really provides an opportunity for a brand to create noise. And noise now, before, back in the day, press meant getting in magazines and TV. Obviously, noise now is on your phone and on Instagram. And so when you create these experiences, you provide the opportunity for, to get into millions of people's phones via social media. And so, you know, if you create a spectacle, if you create the right kind of an event, and this demographic is gay and LGBT, they like to go to stuff. So if we're doing something cool for Rihanna, they're going to be the first ones to RSVP. If we're doing like the Museum of Missy Elliott, which we did for Pepsi and MTV, you know, a lot of the gay friends and people and contacts that I know, they're the first ones to understand like how cool that is, and they're going to come. And the beauty of like experiential marketing is, you know, with the Rihanna example, what was cool is we had a back entrance where influencers came through. It was very, if you know, you know, and they had their own event inside. And then we brought them around the back to the front to see the show out on Broadway. And so we had, the cool thing about experiential, to me, it's like a blank white canvas. You can paint it however you want. Just going back to like, what are the KPIs? So for Amazon, it was really like a three-prong event that they got their money's worth out of it. One, it was influencer. So it was in all these people's feeds because we had awesome influencers coming. Two, we had all the consumers outside that found out about it, and hundreds of consumers came and checked it out. So it was a consumer stunt. And then three, like, because we had these huge LED gorgeous panels that were showing the trailer, we kept them up and running for 5 days. So it was also like an out of home buy, you know, as if they had a billboard. So experiential marketing can really like deliver on so many different tentacles of ROI, like return on investment. You know, and for me, to me, it feels more authentic than like if you're served an ad on Instagram, like, I mean, maybe you pay attention, sometimes we click, but most of the time we're like, we know someone paid to send that, and it just feels a little bit like whatever. Whereas like we all know the power of word of mouth, you know, and so all the people that you follow, you've chosen to follow. So if you see them talking about something cool, it sits in a little bit deeper than if it's like a paid media spend. So we're big believers of experiential and, you know, making the dollars work hard. And, you know, there's a lot of really cool stuff that's going on in the LGBT world. You know, they just opened up a museum of David Bowie for his 75th anniversary. So that's obviously going to have a lot of audience of like LGBT and gay people going to that and driving awareness and sales of like his career and catalog and stuff. So this audience definitely like responds well to experiential. They have the time and resources to go out. They love a bar, they love fun, they love to share, they love entertainment. So experiential marketing is a really great tool to market to them.
Okay, we're running out of time. I have one last question to try to wrap this up for us a little bit. You showed us a few international events and international experiences. Is your agency seeing your clients wanting to go more global as the world's becoming more global integrated? And if so, does that mean great opportunities to take programs like the ones you've run already to other locales around the world and to build new clients there as well?
Oh, I have to show you one more thing. We just did this event for Coldplay in 4 countries last weekend. So that was Amazon Music hiring us to do an experiential dome in 4 countries on Friday and Saturday of last weekend to promote the new Coldplay album and music. So people, they came in, it was like stepped in, social sharing, cool experience. They got to see the music and the videos before anyone else. So yeah, you know, the fact that we are a boutique global agency is really unique and helpful for big companies like that want to make an impact around the world. And we're definitely seeing more of that. I mean, COVID took a bit of a pause on that a little bit, but it's coming back strong.
Okay, I think our time is about up, but can we hope that, as with the other cultural areas that we've been talking about, there are opportunities for our students as well, whether with BMF or with other similar agencies that are in this growing space. And let's encourage our students. This is a great place, a big opportunity. Give Brian a call.
Well, one thing I wanted to mention is we have an amazing internship program, and we have gotten great interns from Rutgers before. So, take down my email. I'm going to tell it to you. And also we do have job openings as well, but my email is Brian with an I at wearebmf.com. It's all spelled out, WEAREBMF.com. And our Instagram is at wearebmf. And then my Instagram is at Brian Feit, BRIANFEIT. So but it's funny, Danelle, who's our president, said, make sure you remind them about the internships, because we have had some great ones and we do have job openings. So be in touch.
We appreciate that, and our students and our whole group do. Thank you for your time today. Appreciate your presentation.
Thank you.